Let's get into it. What do we got today? Listen, it's redemption day. You want to know why? Because what happened last time we talked, guys? 2 times ago, maybe 3. I'm not good at math. Pad thai. We did it again. Look at that setup. This one looks promising. Won't name names. We're just not. That's not what we do in this. You know, we're not here to put people out of business. Let's just say that. As the pad thai connoisseur, we ain't here to put people out of business. We ain't about that life. So, what are we talking about today? I'll tell you. Let's begin with the biggest story of the day. Ty Lue to the Clips. Woo! Redemption for Ty Lue after he said no thanks to the Lakers. I'm sure he's regretting that one. Could have got an easy championship, but it is what it is. I mean, if it comes with a lemon, you know you're at the right spot. Let's just get that. I mean, there's seeds in it, so we're not trying to choke and die, but we are. In fact, we're out here. Let's just, on the record, we're out here. So, all right, let's get into it. Okay. 5-year deal for Ty Lue and the Clippers. What does that mean? Are they going to break things up? I don't see him as a guy who's going to go in there and go to management and say, Paul George has got to go. But is Paul George available? I certainly would trade him if I were them. I mean, what they gave up to get that man is inexcusable. Shea Gill just looks like a star. How many fucking first-round picks? 100? What were they thinking? One bite. This is Thai. This is pad Thai, folks. Oh my God. I picked a spicy, hot. Mild, medium, hot, you know the answer. Trip con. Hot, obviously. Okay. I mean, that's insane. Oh my God. All right. Wow, that is a straight up 7.5 out of 10, which is, for top pad Thai, that's high. Doesn't sound high, that's fucking high. Ty Lue is a good coach. Obviously, a lot of criticism when he was coaching LeBron because he didn't really do a lot of coaching. As you could see, there's video evidence LeBron called the shots. But, I mean, that's what he does everywhere he goes. So are we surprised? No. Good coach, player's guy. Clippers aren't going to win. Kawhi's great, but, I mean, Paul George, if he's your number 2 option, you just simply put, you're not going to fucking win. It's never going to happen. So, curious to see what kind of moves they make. Who do they make available? What do you guys think? Who would you give up? Who do you think they'll trade /trade for /draft? What would you do if they? I mean, they don't really have the option to draft that much. They're pretty much assetless with Paul George coming aboard. But what would you guys do if you were the Clippers? I don't think they're outside of being in Los Angeles, not a very attractive job for me. Personally speaking, I don't love Paul George. That's just me. A lot of Andrew Wiggins to his game, dare I say it. Obviously, he's far superior, but a lot of Wiggins to his game. Some nights he disappears. He's obviously way better defensively, but man, does he disappear offensively. All right, what else are we seeing? Daryl Morey. Can you believe it? Step down. Yeah, step down my ass. It's called, Daryl, you got to go. Gerson Rosas, probably pretty happy he got out of there in time, huh? And he's doing wonders in Minnesota, so we absolutely love him. Shout out to my guy, Gerson. I do often wonder, if Daryl was gone, I mean, Rosas was there for so long, he might have gotten the promotion. But another interesting spot where you got 2 superstars that are, you know, on the wrong side of their career, if you ask me. I mean, I love James Harden. He's elite. Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, that contract is up there with the worst of them. Andrew Wiggins, Blake Griffin. I mean, that's as untradeable as a contract as anyone's. And then again, Andrew Wiggins was traded without having to attach multiple sweeteners. So you never know what's going to happen. But what does that mean? What does that mean for Houston? Are they going to go back to the 1800s and hire Jeff Van Gundy? I mean, if they hire Jeff Van Gundy, you might as well pencil them in for trying to acquire every center on the planet who can't shoot, because that man is the definition of a fossil. Just absolute old school. Obviously, just not we'll see if he can adapt to today's game if he gets the job. But more importantly, is James Harden available? Like on line one, are we hitting him with the usual? Hey, what are we looking for James? What's it gonna take? I mean, he's not 25 anymore. Heck, he's not 27 anymore. What do we want? Toss you a first and some future fucking second rounders, maybe a player or two to make the money work. What do we think? We got a deal? Okay. So I'd like to see if James Harden gets traded. Of course, Russell Westbrook's going to be available. Is PJ Tucker available? I mean, their whole philosophy might shift. I mean, we're looking at a whole different scheme, system, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So that's another big story. I mean, truly, like, who becomes available from that? Because Morey, I mean, he had his guys in there and they couldn't get it done. Although, what you have to commend him for is when Golden State was on top and unbeatable, everyone just kind of fell back and said, we can't do shit about this. He went full steam ahead and said, let's go after Golden State. So you have to absolutely respect that. And I think a few years back with the roster he had it not been for Golden State being the best, arguably the best team of all time, you can fight me on that. It might have got a ring, dare I say it. So we'll see. I mean, I like to think their whole roster's available. I think Eric Gordon, I mean, all those dudes are probably up for grabs. Shout out to my boy Robert Covington, Timberwolves legend. Appreciate you for all you did. That was strange. Okay. So, pad thai, guys. I mean, is there a better dish on the planet? I'm not sure. $7.5. I mean, 7.5 is like, that's elite score. Because pad thai, pizza can be in the 8s, 9s. Mexican food can be in the 8s and 9s. Italian, you know, it all can be in the 8s and 9s. Pasta, blah, so on and so forth. And I know you all agree with me. If you've ever eaten Thai food, if you like Thai food, hard to find. Good pad thai is virtually impossible. Consistency in the pad thai industry, in the pad thai game, coming from the connoisseur himself, hard to come by. That's just my opinion. I'm just one man. A man who knows pad thai better than anyone. So be it. Albeit just a man. So we'll see what happens. What else do we got? It's big stuff. I mean, those are two huge headlines. And then the report from Bobby Marks, allegedly, is that the Thunder are looking to, you know, effectively trade Chris Paul for draft picks and or young assets. I mean, Chris Paul, he's still playing at such a high level. I mean, he pisses me off with the referees. Timberwolves fans know what I'm talking about. Don't even fucking get me going. I'll get so fired up. Chris Paul with the referees affects my mood the way bad pad thai does. It's just not a pretty sight. You know what I mean? So he's 35. Okay. That's pretty old for a point guard. But he played at such a high level this year. Like, who calls on him? And what's it take? I mean, I will, dare I say it, I'll call this shot right now. Chris Paul is going to be on the Los Angeles Lakers next year. LeBron always gets his fucking way, man. He always does. So I'm fairly confident. My neighbor just told me to shut up. But we're going to continue. So LeBron always gets his way. I don't know what the Lakers could offer. What would you give up for Chris Paul? I mean, he's not, you know, again, not 28, 29, even 30. He's 35. You're not going to give up multiple picks and multiple young people for a guy that's on the wrong side of 30. So, I mean, I'd argue, of course, if they get him, they're winning again. It's without question. But, I mean, I think Kyle Kuzma and their late first-round pick for Chris Paul and, you know, something else, and obviously make the money work on the Los Angeles side. But that's a kind of trade where Kuzma disappeared for them a lot in stretches. So, I mean, I think Lakers fans, my friend knows, shout out to my boy Jamar, they think Kyle Kuzma is a bigger asset than he is, and I'm going to catch flack for that tomorrow when he sees this, if he watches. If he's a true friend, he's watching. He's probably not watching. But Kuzma with the money, making it work and attaching their first or something like that for Chris Paul and whatever else makes a ton of sense to me. Thunder are a solid team, but they really need to keep building young, around Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So it'll be curious to see what happens. But I think he's on the move. I think he ends up in LA. Like a Kuzma-centered package can really work with the money. If you can make that work, I think the Lakers do it. I think the Thunder do it. Kyle Kuzma would be a great addition to that young team. So be interesting to see what happens. What do you guys want to talk about next? I'm going to keep getting pad thai because that's what the fuck I do. You understand something? Get to know me. I love sports. I love pad thai. But I love all food. I'm not here to hate. I like pizza. I like wings. I like baba. Where do you want me to get food from next? Or maybe not where, but give me a genre and just trust that your boy will find a spot, okay? So, I'm so hungry that if my mom saw this and she saw me chew with my mouth open, she'd be very disappointed. Mom, if you ever see this, I'm sorry that I chewed with my mouth open or licked my fingers. It's very rude. I apologize. What else do you want to talk about? Like, give me, obviously, I'll keep going with the news of the day. I mean, today was a pretty big news day for the NBA. I'll review food. Like, what kind of food do you want to see me try? And I'm a fair critic, right? 7.5, that's an elite score. I'm getting a phone call. It's my brother. I'll call you in 2 minutes. What's up? Okay. You can't make this up. My brother just said his basement's flooding. I swear to God, I have to go over there right now. Let me know what you want to talk about next. Let's talk about it. I love you all. Please follow me on Twitter at @NotDWolfson. Please like, please share, please subscribe. What food do you want me to try next? What do you want me to talk about? I can talk about football, basketball, blah, 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 blah. Hit me with it. Let's go. Pad thai, I love you. My brother, I'm coming to save the day.